Welcome back to another episode of the Arc Switch Survival Guide. We're so glad you could join us today, because today we are celebrating a very special occasion. We had a challenge to reach 900 subscribers on this channel, and thanks to all of you wonderful people and all of your support, we have over 900 subscribers. So as a thank you to all of you wonderful people, we are going to do a Bob Ross style painting on the back of a Brontosaurus. And our next challenge will be to reach 1,000 subscribers, and my wonderful wife has agreed that she will join me on this channel as a special guest and play some Ark along with me. So be sure to subscribe if you like this video, and we'll get started. Now the first thing we want to do is cover our whole dinosaur in liquid white. We want the whole canvas area to be evenly coated with this liquid white, which is going to serve as a base for our painting. Now anyone can paint dinosaurs on Ark, and I've got a link in the description for our tutorial on how to paint a pteranodon, which will teach you all about painting dinosaurs on Ark. So be sure to check out that link in the description. Now it's going to take me a minute to cover this whole canvas, so while I do that, I'm going to show you a little video of this wonderful little critter. This is a little girl otter that lives with me. Now we tamed her in another episode, and we'll put a link in the description for the video on how to tame this wonderful little critter. But isn't she just the cutest little devil? I love this otter. Now otters are wonderful because they not only gather pearls, but you can also put a Darth Vader helmet on them and wear them like a scarf. I just love all God's little creatures. So now we want to change to a red paint, and we're just going to take the brush out and just beat the devil out of it. I love that part. That's my favorite part. So now that we have our red paint, we are just going to make the outline of a sunset sky here. We're just going to use nice crisscross strokes and just trace the outline. And remember where we want to put the water line down here. And we're just going to keep using these little crisscross strokes just very gently across this sky. A little hair and some air. And then we'll just make some decisions and decide the water is going to come up to about here. And we'll just use little horizontal strokes to trace out the reflection of the sunset. And just leaving a little bit of light dancing across the surface. So we're just going to fill that on in. Now remember, there's no right or wrong place to put this. This is your world, and you get to make all the big decisions. But I think that's going to look just fine. Shoot, that looks pretty good. Now let's go ahead and continue on with the sunset here. And we're going to leave a little bit of space so we can have some happy clouds up there. So I think that's going to be pretty good. Now let's go ahead and add some orange. Well, maybe some purple. And we're just going to trace the outline of some happy little clouds. Now, maybe in your world there's a little cloud right here. And I think everyone should have a friend. So let's give it a little friend right over here. And we're just using some very gentle swirling motion with a very small brush. And then we're just going to blend that in. And look how nice that looks. Maybe we have one more cloud over here. And shoot, I think that looks pretty good. Now let's go ahead and make some reflections in the water. We're just going to add some light streaks of purple clouds down here. And that's just going to make that look like a beautiful reflection. So we'll add these horizontal lines, and then just take your brush and just drag straight down. You got to drag it straight down, and that'll make a beautiful little reflection right there. Now, maybe we have a golden sunset right around this area. So we're just going to start blending in some of this orange paint using a broad brush, nice broad strokes. Now we want to blend this evenly, so we'll add some horizontal lines as a reflection down at the bottom. And just drag those across. That is looking beautiful. You can see that reflection just looks perfect. And shoot, I think that's a pretty good looking sunset sky right there. So now it's time for some big decisions. Now we're going to take this slate gray, and I think maybe there's a mountain right here in the middle of the sky, right in the middle of the island. And we're just going to take that painter's knife and make some ridges. Just dab some paint on there. And then we'll just trace the outline. And now we're just going to take the brush and just blend it down from there. We'll just blend it down and make those sweeping slopes of that mountain. Look how nice that comes out. I have long sweeping slopes of that mountain. I bet there's lots of metal on top, maybe some obsidian. Lots of tyrannosaurs just roaming around, having a great time. Maybe even a gigantosaur, but I'd stay away from him if I was you. And I think we're just about done with that. Oh, looks like our dinosaur just had a happy little accident. Well, that'll be some great fertilizer for our garden. I just love our garden. So now we're going to go ahead and give this mountain a little bit of a reflection. We're just using horizontal strokes, and then we'll take the brush and just drag straight down to make those great reflections. So let's take a little dab of the Titanosaur white, and we're just going to take a little slice of that and put it on our painting knife, and then we'll just very gently drag that down and make the illusion of snow across this mountain. Maybe this is one of the mountains in the snow region. There's lots of oil up on those mountains. Lots of argents, lots of woolly rhinos, and all kinds of dangerous animals out there. I haven't gone out there yet because it's pretty dangerous, but we'll get there someday. And just like that, we've got a nice snow-capped mountain. So now let's add some forest at the bottom of this mountain. So we'll get the forest coloring on our brush, and we'll just dab that medium brush onto the forest coloring. Just get a little bit on there. We'll just start blending that in, making some nice happy little bushes, maybe some happy trees. Maybe there's a happy little velociraptor that lives in these trees. And when you walk past, he'll jump out and just kill you. Because that's just what happy little velociraptors do. You know, a lot of people think velociraptors are really smart, but turns out they're actually not so bright. I once had a pet velociraptor, and I heard him making just a wild ruckus outside my door. And when I walked out there, it turned out he was standing on the campfire. He almost burned to a crisp. I had to go out and save him and move him off the campfire, otherwise he would have been raptor toast, which is not nearly as tasty as you would think. So now we're going to pull out some brown coloring. We're just going to make some nice horizontal sweeps along to make the shoreline of this mountain. That's going to be the shore right above this river. And you can see we'll add just a little bit of reflection by taking the brush and just dragging directly downward. So now let's get some light green coloring and just add some highlights to these bushes. Think about your light source. And we'll just put a little bit of glow right there where the light's hitting these trees. Just make some really glow in the sunshine. Now we're going to take a large, broad brush and just make some nice horizontal strokes. Just gently sweep across that canvas to blend in that reflection. Very lightly, just a little hair and some air. And now, maybe our world, it's autumn, and the leaves are just starting to turn orange. So we'll add just a couple of little happy trees here. They're just starting to turn their autumn colors. Maybe we'll fill in just a little bit more of that sunset orange here. And now we'll just add a little bit more highlight to a couple of these trees. So now it's time for some really big decisions. We're going to add some really big trees. I always like to have a really big tree in my paintings. So maybe we'll put a tree right here, and shoo, that's where that tree is going to live. This is your world, and you can make all the big decisions. So we're just going to fill in all of this background here. Now remember, it's going to be darker in the background, and then we'll add more forest in front of it. Shoot, let's get real crazy. Maybe there's another big tree right here. We'll take our fan brush, just go back and forth. Just making nice little strokes right there. We'll make a big happy pine tree. Maybe that tree has a little friend here. Everyone should have a friend to talk to. If you want someone to talk to about Ark, feel free to drop a comment on this video. We always love hearing from you and talking to you about Ark and helping you enjoy your adventures on this wonderful game. I will take that brown paint and just do a long trunk for these two trees. And shoot, that's looking pretty good. Alright, now let's make another big decision. Let's go ahead and make a little shoreline down here. Maybe the riverbank comes out and just comes down into the river right here so the trees don't fall into the water. We'll just use that brown coloring and just fill that all in. Just using some nice broad strokes. And we'll just blend that in. Oh my, there goes another happy little accident with this dinosaur. Maybe I fed him a little too much while I was taming him on the last episode. We'll drop a link in the description for how we tamed him too. You might enjoy watching that. So zooming out here, you can see that we have most of this canvas colored. But I think we need just a little bit more forest coming down here. Maybe this forest goes way off into the distance. Just like how the island on Ark just expands on into the horizon. It can take you almost 30 minutes just to fly across the island because it's so big. Even if you're on a nice happy little pteranodon, especially a brightly colored one. We're just going to fill in these bushes and trees down along this river path. Gotta have a place for all the happy little dinosaurs to live. Maybe we'll add some more highlights to these trees. Just some happy little bushes just glistening in the sunlight. And that's looking pretty good. Maybe we'll add one more happy little bush over here. Well shoot, let's get crazy here. Let's just take some more of this bright crimson sky. We'll just paint that all across this brontosaur's shoulders. This is our world and it can be as big as we want it to. So we're just going to fill that in all around those happy little purple clouds. Just make that bright horizon so big. You could just get lost in that sky. Let's bring that over here too and just fill that in all across that brontosaur's butt. And we got a beautiful red sunset butt on this brontosaur. I think he's just gonna love that. We'll put just a little bit more detail into this big pine tree here. So we had a couple happy little accidents while we were drawing it. But there's no mistakes in Ark painting. Just happy little accidents. We can always fix it. There's no pressure or stress when you're painting dinosaurs on Ark. So let's add this one last happy little pine tree over here. And I think that'll be just about done, since we're just about out of time today. So we're going to fill that on in. And maybe we'll fix one more happy little accident that happened over here. And shoot, I think we're just about done with this painting. So now, we're just going to take a little red paint and just sign it right here. Just sign our name. There we go. Perfect. And now we're going to save our painting by clicking this little icon. We'll give this a good name, like Bronto Sunset. And now we can load that later. So let's see how this looks. Now we're just going to hit the little X button here and close on out of that painting. Man, look at that magnificent creature. I just love this big critter. So we're going to head on over to our raft fortress that we showed you how to build. Make sure we close that on up so we don't have any happy little accidents. Speaking of happy little accidents, looks like our Oviraptor here is stuck inside the wall. We'll have to fix that later. Well, would you look at that masterpiece? That is one beautiful painting, and it looks like our Brontosaur just keeps having happy little accidents. He's just a little camera shy. Well, I think it's safe to say that I will continue making Ark guides and tutorials to help you enjoy your journey on Ark, and maybe I won't pursue a professional painting career. But what's important is that we had fun doing this wonderful little painting, because Ark is our world, and in our world there are no mistakes, just happy little accidents. And boy, we sure had a lot of happy little accidents on this painting. I'd say this painting is more happy accident than not, but what's important is that we experienced so much joy in this painting. Do hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, please be sure to like this video and drop us a comment. We always love hearing from you. If you'd like somebody to talk to about ARK, we love talking to you and answering all of your questions. There's so many wonderful people. We'd like to thank all of you wonderful people who subscribe to this channel. We had a contest to reach 900 subscribers so that we could bring you this wonderful Bob Ross painting on the back of a brontosaurus, and we reached that 900 subscribers much faster than we ever dreamed of, and it is all thanks to all of you. Now, if we can reach 1,000 subscribers, my wonderful wife has agreed that she will join me on this show, and she will do some co-op gameplay with me on ARK, doing some split-screen fun. And believe me, she is well worth watching. She's so much fun. So, I hope that you will subscribe to this channel if you have not already, and we promise it'll be well worth your while to watch my wife and I play some cooperative ARK together. And if you thought this video was fun, we hope you'll share it on social media. Shares on YouTube and especially Facebook and any other places help our channel so much so we can bring you more wonderful content. And until next time, happy painting, and God bless you, my friend. Thanks so much for watching this video from the ARK Survival Guide. If you enjoyed it or found it helpful, please like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can bring you more great guides like this one. ARK is an amazing game, but there is so much to learn before you can really enjoy it. We are dedicated to bringing you high-quality guides, tutorials, and Let's Play videos that are fun, helpful, clean, and suitable for the entire family. There's a tutorial in this series for everything we have done so far in this video. Check out these playlists for more episodes from this series and other guides to help you enjoy your journey on ARK.